We don't often hear a lot about them, but quietly, a nonprofit organization called Foodnet is taking food that would eventually be bulldozed into a landfill, and they're sharing it with the people who really need it. 10 11's Lance Schwartz joins us now with the story. Lance?
Brandy, you know, there's so much wasted food around the world. I thought this was a very pertinent story to tell our viewers about. Back in 1985, former Lieutenant Governor of Nebraska, Frank Marsh, became aware of something in Lincoln that really disturbed him. In fact, Frank and his wife Shirley were so appalled at all of the wasted food they saw here in the capital city that they did something about it. They started an organization, and over the past 32 years, Foodnet has provided those in need with millions of pounds of food.
Well, lots of bananas today.
Linda Fitch volunteers at this Foodnet site every Wednesday morning.
We repackage food that comes from hospital cafeterias, outdated from grocery stores.
Helping out at Foodnet gives Linda a lot of satisfaction.
I do it because I have never truly ever been really hungry in my life. And yet I know there are people who don't know where their next meal is coming from.
And that's where Foodnet comes in. The Cristo Rey Church is just one of 19 different Foodnet sites in and around Lincoln.
Foodnet is for everyone, not just people with low incomes. We don't want this stuff going to the garbage.
The process of getting your food here at Foodnet is simple. You will simply come in, put your name on a sign-in sheet, you get a number, and then we call numbers randomly. So you might be first one week and you might be last the next.
Bev Newmeyer is a master organizer at Cristo Rey.
The volunteers will be behind you and they'll say, you'll get one from this area. You can have one snack today.
Many generous businesses from all over Lincoln contribute to make up this very impressive collection of food.
Oh, love the plums.
At Foodnet, their motto is tummy fill, not landfill. And last year, they helped fill more than 250,000 tummies in Lincoln and the surrounding area.
There is a Foodnet someplace every day of the week.
Joe Robinson has been taking advantage of this wonderful operation since the 90s.
I love it because there is less waste. Instead of everything going in the dumpster, it helps people like me that don't have the money I need to buy groceries all the time. And I eat well, and I eat balanced meals.
Actually, Foodnet picks up from 300 places every week.
Leah Knoll is currently the president of Foodnet.
Today in the United States, it's becoming a popular thing to do for businesses to donate their food. But Lincoln has been doing that for over 30 years.
This happens to be our two oldest volunteers for Foodnet. Now, Marie is 96.
And Doc is 94 years old, and both of them have been with Foodnet for nearly 3 decades.
Not just one grape, but you get one whole bag.
They're giving, loving people who want to help, and they work hard.
There are currently about 500 of those giving, loving Foodnet volunteers that make up the lifeblood of this organization. And get this, last year alone, those volunteers worked nearly 97,000 hours. They got absolutely no pay, but if they had received minimum wage, well, that would have added up to about $1 million, Brandy, and it's pretty crazy to think, what would Lincoln look like without all those volunteers? And it's also staggering to think about those landfills and all that good food that gets pushed in there every day. Foodnet is so obviously important in this capital city.
Yeah, it seems like it's really important. And Lance, there's other Foodnet sites throughout Lincoln, right?
Absolutely, Brandy. There are also Foodnet sites in Crete, Denton, Milford, and Seward.
All right, thank you so much, Lance. Bill, is there no cooler weather coming our way anytime soon?